What order do you read the book? When I first started reading the Bible from Genesis to Revelation, I'd be in the Old Testament so long that I'd forget the New Testament and vice versa. After about 13 times reading the Bible that way, God blessed me to figure out a way to divide the Old and New Testament books into groups that made sense. It divides the Bible into 7 groups. Group 1 is going to be, in the Old Testament, world beginnings and early Israel. In the New Testament, it will be the gospel and the Savior. Group 2 in the Old Testament would be prophets, kings, and exile. And then Group 2 in the New Testament will be the early church. For Group 3, the Old Testament would be the return of Israel and personal trials. While in the New Testament, it'll be focused on salvation and new Christian living. In Group 4, in the Old Testament, it's songs, wisdom, and love. And in the New Testament, it's teachings on Christian maturity. In Group 5, in the Old Testament, it'll be the first group of prophets. In the New Testament, it'll be church leadership. In Group 6 in the Old Testament, it'll be the second group of prophets. And in the New Testament, it's letters of encouragement. And then finally in Group 7, in the Old Testament, it's the final group of prophets. And in the New Testament, it's our ultimate end. Again, these 7 groups divide the Old and New Testament into logical groups that go together. You can download the entire plan in the description below. It lists the books, explains why it works, and gives a description of each book. It's free to you with my blessing. Make sure you pray for understanding before each reading, and pray thanking God for what you learned after each reading. That really accelerates your learning and it makes it even more fun. The easiest way to schedule your reading time every day is in 3 steps. First, time yourself the first day. Second, plan the same amount of time for reading each day. And third, adjust the time if you're reading faster or if you're reading slower because you're in more challenging parts of the Bible or you're reading a more challenging version and it's taking a little more time. I'll show you what to do if you fall behind, so keep watching. Next, what version should I read? If you're a beginner, you should read an easier version like the New International Version, the New Living Translation, the Orthodox Study Bible if you're Orthodox, the New American Bible if you're Catholic. For more experienced Bible readers, you could try a more literal version like the King James Version, which is the one I primarily use, the New American Standard Bible, or the American Standard Version of 1901. Please leave a comment if you'd like me to do a video discussing Bible translations and versions and how they're done. If you like this video, please subscribe and ring the bell, and thank you for doing so. How to actually do it. What parts do I read? All of it? Yes, but maybe not the first time through. Here are the parts that you can skip the first time through, but do try to read them the second time and other times. I'll explain why in a minute. You can skip the genealogies like Genesis chapter 5, Matthew chapter 1, Luke chapter 3. But read them later. There are some interesting things in them. Like in Matthew chapter 1, there are 2 women mentioned in Joseph's ancestry, Bathsheba and Ruth. Bathsheba entered through sin, and Ruth entered through love. Just like Adam fell through sin, and Jesus Christ came through love. So do try to read all these parts after you finish your first time through the Bible. There's a lot you can learn from them. You can also skip repetitive offerings, like in Leviticus chapters 1 through 4 or Numbers chapter 7. If you're reading an Orthodox or Catholic Bible, you can also, the first time through, skip the Apocrypha or Deuterocanonical books. There's 2 reasons for this. 1, reading those additional books might make 90 days impossible to do. And number 2, read the core books first is a great principle. It's always a great place to start. So why read those genealogies and repetitive portions at all? 2 reasons. 1 is that it helps us understand how Jesus Christ came and how the Bible fulfilled itself over time, all the prophecies, and then also how we're related as a human race and the different families of humanity. Number 2 is that there are really cool and interesting facts hidden in those repetitive parts. One of them, for instance, is the prayer of Jabez in 1 Chronicles 4:10. Jabez called upon the God of Israel and said, "Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my border, and that your hand might be with me, and that you would keep me from harm, that it would not bring me pain." And God granted what he asked. Please leave a comment below if this is helpful and hit the like button. Now, what if you fall behind? There's 2 things you can do. If you want to finish on the day that you planned, then take the page number that you're on right now, and then go to the last page, which is Revelation chapter 22, verse 21, and subtract them. Divide that by the number of days you have left, and that will tell you the number of pages a day you need to read to finish on the date you planned. Or number 2, if that's too many pages a day and you want to adjust your calendar, then what you do is take the number of pages that you can comfortably read each day, divide that by the number of pages that you have left to read, and that will give you the new date that you'll finish. Finally, how do you understand the Bible while you're reading it? Is it history? Is it literal? Is it allegorical? Is it prophecy? It's all of that and more, and it can be different for different parts of the Bible. I'll explain all of that in my next video. So please come back for it. There are a lot of interesting things to learn about understanding the Holy Bible. And here are some other videos to help you understand the Bible better and to help you in your walk with the Lord.